Alesso, welcome back to America's Dance 30. It has been way too long.
Yeah, how's it going?
It's going great. Now, I don't know if you know this, but do you know that you just made history?
No, I did? How?
So I haven't fact-checked this myself, but Carrie Vance from One Music Ave, who knows the dance chart better than anyone, shared with me that you are the first artist in the history of the Mediabase dance chart to knock yourself out of the number one position with another number one.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. Wow. I had no idea.
That is beyond amazing. Congratulations on I Like It going number one last week and Never Going Home Tonight going number one this week.
Wow. You can't get rid of me.
And we've tried, Alesso. We've tried.
Oh, now, that's awesome.
Congratulations on that. We're going to be talking about both songs and find out how they were born coming up. But first, let's get to know Alesso a little better with Finky's firsts.
All right.
So I always love finding out the origin story of artists. I know that you started playing piano at a really young age, like 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was music the first thing you wanted to get into when you were growing up, or was there something else you wanted to be?
It was definitely music because I was, playing piano. I was doing like performances for my parents and in school, when I was like dancing and singing, mostly mimicking, like not really singing, just performing, I guess. And I loved that. And I love music in general. And then the older I got, the more I got into dance music, I noticed that I really liked high energy music, and so, songs like Beat It or Billie Jean, that has that up tempo music, from Michael Jackson I'm talking about, really, really, really caught my attention. And so then eventually when I got like 13, 14, I started really getting into house music and I was obsessed with that. Yeah.
Well, speaking of house music back then, do you remember the first dance song that made you fall in love with EDM?
There's one song by Roger Sanchez called Another Chance that really, really made me fall in love with dance music. Because, it's kind of emotional, but it has that classic house groove and the melodies are just incredible. So that was one. It was not just one song, it was a bunch of songs, but that one I remember very well. It was like, wow, this music has so much diversity too. There's so much to hear from house music or dance music in general. There's so many subgenres, and that's why I love it. You never get bored of it.
And that's such an amazing song, especially the remake of it by Late Night Alumni, Cascade's remix of it. Such a beautiful song. Now, of course, you have played festivals and shows all over the world. P.S., is there anywhere you haven't played yet?
The moon. I want to go there.
Okay, let's get that taken care of. Now,
Mars. Be the first DJ to DJ there. That would be cool.
That would be incredible. Now, do you remember your first time ever performing for a crowd?
It started off DJing in my basement for like friends. That's kind of how I started doing performance or DJing. But the first official show was in Sweden before Sebastian Ango. He had a show and I opened up for him. And I think it was like 2,000 people there, 1,500 maybe. And that was the first time under the name Alesso, and like my name was on a flyer and I was just so nervous. I remember I had stage fright. I right before I was going to go on, I didn't want to go up because I was like, oh my God, there's so much pressure. Like people their night is dependent on what I play. So, but then when I got up there and I started playing, and within like 10, 15 minutes, I started like loving it again, So, it was a very interesting and amazing time.
Isn't it incredible how our anxiety does that? Like, I still get nervous the second I'm about to go out on stage, but the second I'm out on stage, I'm like, this is the most incredible thing ever.
Yeah, I think it's good to be a little nervous. It means you care. But I think, still to this day, I get a little nervous, or it's just, when you have so many eyes looking at you. It would be one thing just playing for a club and people didn't really know that you were DJing. You're just the house DJ, then people are not really paying as much attention to you. But when you do these kind of other DJ performance, when your name is on the flyer and people pay tickets, you feel the pressure for sure.
Absolutely. Now, when you were deciding on an artist project name, was Alesso the first name you were going to go with, or were there other names you were considering?
There were some others. Well, my first name is Alessandro. So, and I was thinking like, how do I wanted a name that I could present myself with too, in case people like don't remember my real name. And, we always, when you meet Cascade, I still call him Cascade, you know what I mean?
Same.
So I didn't want a name that was like too far off from my real name. And then at some point it was like Alessio. And then I remember right before I was going to put out my first release, I removed the I. I was like, Alesso. So I guess that sounds pretty good. I was like, sounds a little weird, but yeah, because it's not a real name. And no, until now, it seems to be a lot of people naming their kids that. I've had so many people come up to me and I feel honored, because I remember then when I was choosing it, I was Googling, I couldn't find anything on Alesso. I think there was like a city or something in Italy that was called that, but it was not like an official name that people were naming people. So,
boy, I'll tell you what, that is the honor of all honors to have people naming their babies after you.
Yeah, I remember last year at EDC, this couple came up to me and they showed me, and it was very beautiful, emotional. I was very thankful. I was like, wow, I can't believe it. So great. Keep naming the kids Alesso. I love it. As long as you raise them right.
Keep the name going. Now, you just posted an amazing video of playing your new song, Lonely Heart, with John Alto and talking about lifting new producers up. When you were coming up, who was the first big name to lift Alesso up?
It was definitely Sebastian Ango. I signed to his label and management, and he, we did collabs together and helped me get remixes done. And so, yeah, shout out to him. He was my bigger brother and really took me in under his wings. And, we're still best friends. But back in the day, he helped a lot.
That's so awesome. Now, finally, in Finky's firsts, in honor of Never Going Home Tonight, going number 1, it starts with the lyrics, DJ, play that sad song one more time. When I mention sad songs, what's the first song that comes to your mind?
Just in general, those sad songs that are combined with dance music, people relate to them, and it's that. I don't know if there's a specific song. Maybe If I Lose Myself is up there too, I guess, because it's, it's about losing yourself to someone and that you want to be with that person if it happens. And I think it's a kind of a crazy but amazing feeling. You're like crying and emotional, but having the best time at the same time.
Because it's so euphoric.
Yeah, very euphoric. Melancholy, I would say. It's very melancholic. So, I guess I'll say If I Lose Myself.
Well, let's talk about this smash first. I talked to Madison Love earlier, and she talked about how incredible it was getting to work with you guys. How was Never Going Home Tonight born with you and David Guetta?
So, me and David had just done a back-to-back in Ibiza, and we both had the best time. And then he was saying, we should do a song together and we should make, something big. And I was like, I would love to. And I said, if you have any ideas, send me. So he sent me a folder of rough ideas, demos. And then when I heard the demo of Never Going Home, and I was like, wow, this is insane. It sounds so beautiful. So I asked him to send the parts and we started going back and forth. I remember I was in Cabo on the sitting and making melodies, and I sent it to him, and he said, no, we need more euphoria, more bigger. And I was like, okay, I got you, let me work more on it. And then I sent the draft, and then we went back and forth. We changed also the intro of the song, because there's a demo version out there with another piano riff that some people have heard, and we changed it because we wanted something more unique and something. We really wanted two worlds in it. We wanted his world and my world combined, and I feel like you can really hear it. So yeah, it didn't take too long to finish it.
But how long ago did you guys start working on it? Because I saw videos of him testing it like 8 months ago.
I think, yeah, beginning of the year, we started having the demo version of the first version of it. But yeah, I can't remember exactly, but I think the beginning of the year, that's when we really started getting closer and closer with it. And yeah, 8 months later, here we are.
Now, something I love to find out about songs is how many different V's there are from when you start working on it, all the tweaking that goes on to when you finally master it and put it out. With you guys going back and forth so long, do you have any idea what the final V was of Never Going Home Tonight?
We have, let me look, I'm on my computer right now. We have 22 different versions of it. Oh my God. Always like, oh, we need to change that. Oh, I'm hearing that. That sounds weird. Let's go. And usually, like, when you work on so many versions, you usually go back. We ended up going back to version 5, I remember. We were like, this one is the best version and sounds the best. So, yeah.
That's so annoying. Now,
yeah.
let's talk about your other number one. How Was I Like It, born with Nate Smith?
Great. I love Nate. It was so fun to have him on board on this. And he really, really loved being on the record, which is awesome. And that one went by much quicker. We finished that song within like a month, from the idea to him coming on board, adjusting it to his world and mine and finishing it. Yeah.
That's incredible. Well, congratulations on not only 2 number ones, but back-to-back number ones and making history. Congratulations, Alesso.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It is always great catching up with you. Thank you so much for your time with us on America's Dance 30.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.